So it's the first day at work. I'm pretty excited. First day at work at Publix. Shopping is a pleasure. I'm here. I'm ready. Force Awakens.
All right, so back on my patio and home on my break for a little while. And I actually just wanted to sit down and in this video talk about why I started working at Publix, some of the main things that I liked about the job, and then why I've recently quit Publix and why I'm no longer working there. So I applied to Publix when I was 14, and I had the entrepreneurial spirit, and I wanted to work, and I just wanted to be busy. I have always just hated being bored. And I got a job at Publix, essentially with the help of someone who knew the store manager. So I kind of had this leg up and advantage over some people who were applying to that store. So that kind of helped me getting that recommendation in there. And that helped me get in. I went through the orientation process. And I knew that I wasn't going to stay at Publix forever, but I knew that I just needed like this good, stable source of income at a young age. And when you kind of peel back the layers, the benefits at Publix are actually amazing. And the three things that kind of incentivized me to get a job at Publix is, for one, not a lot of people know about this, but Publix pays for college degrees with their tuition reimbursement program if you work like 10 hours a week. Another thing is the stock. Publix stock is, at least in America, one of the most highly regarded, privately held companies that is employee owned, and employees actually have ownership in the company. But I'd say it's one of the best stocks to have. I mean, it's up there with, I'm trying to think of other like great private companies like Wawa, Chick-fil-A. But Publix has the best stock plan, at least in my opinion, for employees, unless it's like a booming startup or something. But their stock is amazing. And then the third thing is that they just have a variety of different healthcare benefits and other things that are really good. And then I guess this is kind of like a fourth thing. But it was also just like a source of income at a young age. Usually young kids will do like lemonade stands, or, you try to sell something to your friends like a lacrosse stick or something like that. But for me, I just knew that I just want to like get into a good company and just get a stable source of income where each week I'm getting some kind of paycheck. And like, that's a great gig at a young age. Maybe if you're like 29, you don't want that to be your financial situation, but at a young age, I mean, at 14, that's not bad at all. So when I started working there, a lot of people are like, man, you're like 10 years old and you look really young. Like, is it even legal for you to be here? Are you violating some kind of child labor laws? But that wasn't actually the case. I was really short and I was young, very childish. But I mean, I think I had a lot of wisdom at a young age to get a good job. And I was in 7th grade, I was 14. And then I continued to work there all throughout middle school and high school. And I stayed at Publix through college because they pay for college degrees. But recently I got the Johnson Scholarship, which I made a video about. And right now I'm getting college completely paid for. Right now I'm a junior at FIU, and I don't need the assistance and help of Publix anymore. I have the Johnson Scholarship and financial aid, so I'm covered. So it really doesn't make sense for me to work at Publix anymore. I mean, I was kind of getting bored of the work. There was nothing new about it. And I didn't want to work up the corporate ladder or anything like that. It was never my intention to be a district manager or something. I didn't want to do that for the rest of my life, but I knew that it was just going to be a great stepping stone for me. If you want to work at Publix, I would recommend it, but I would say like know exactly why you want to go there and just try to get something out of it. So if you want to be a chef, work in the department where you're going to be making sandwiches or baking cakes or cooking something, like go in there with some kind of plan. People who worked at Publix who didn't last there and didn't have a good experience, I don't think really knew what they wanted to get out of it. I knew that I loved the benefits. It was this great stepping stone for me, a great first job. And that helped me have a good experience. And then, I worked there for 7 years and I just felt like it was my time to go. But the people who I know had a bad experience there didn't really know exactly what they had on their mind or what they exactly wanted. They were kind of taking it one day at a time, getting complacent, and just not trying to work in any other department other than customer service or something like that. And they weren't trying out new things. I was always trying to get hours in other departments and just experiment with different things so I could kind of get a taste for everything. And I think that is just a really good piece of advice, is to just throw yourself out there and try new things if you're at your Publix store. As of right now, with my experience at Publix, I really don't have any other regrets. I never transferred to another Publix store or anything like that. I just stayed at the store that I was working at, and I had a good experience there. I mean, I probably went through like 6 different customer service managers. I went through so many different managers, and I met so many different people. I'm just trying to think of like some other things to add, some interesting things to this video. I mean, up until recently after the pandemic, as it's kind of been winding down, as a way to thank Publix associates, they give out $100 gift cards. I mean, that's a really cool perk. When I hit 5 years, I was able to select an item of like appreciation. I got like this nice, like shiny, probably like worth $100, $200 corporate watch. I'm not a watch guy. I'm actually trying to sell it right now. But they'll do little tokens and things like that to show that they appreciate you. I do know people who have worked up the corporate ladder at Publix, and I think that they've had a good experience. But if you have any other questions or comments or things that you want me to add to this video or future videos about Publix, I doubt that this will be my last Publix video, because it's just a big part of my life, and I was juggling that with other things in my life, with school and sports and things of that nature. So if you have any comments, questions, or anything like that, leave a comment below. I'm interested to see what you guys think about this video. And that's about it for today. So thank you again for clicking on today's vlog, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.